Hey, how you doing, guys? A lot of you have been asking what's the best way to share with people how they can sponsor a child. Let me just tell you what I do. It's kind of based on some principles, one, two, three. One is that people really don't care how you're involved in something until they feel like you have a personal connection to it. So I personally start my ask by telling them why I am associated with New Missions and why I personally sponsor a child. I talk about a trip that I took and how that trip changed my life. I talk about how blessed I feel that I am living here in this country compared to these children. Now, what that does is that creates what we call shared empathy, okay? And people begin to feel that. They begin to go, okay, I can understand hunger. I can understand hurt. I can understand the need for education. And as we move them toward that shared empathy there, then we can bring on the video. And the video will tell them everything about New Missions. How that fits in with me is I first talk about, I have this little intro line where I say, how many of you know that I won the lottery? And everybody looks, like, ooh, the lottery, And I say, no, I won the lottery because I was born in the United States of America. And most of the time, the entire crowd will applaud, just you say America is like waving a flag. And I talk about how that my life has been so blessed, and that's one of the reasons why I have taken these children and I bring them out to these concerts. Sometimes when I feel that there might be a little bit of a question as to, is this any good? I talk about my just animosity, I guess that would be a good word, for coming into an event, you see all the packets out there and you go, oh no, this is going to be another one of those where they take an hour in the middle of a show that I paid good money for to sponsor a child. And so I just bring that up. I don't make it the 300-pound gorilla. I just talk about it. And I say, you may be going, oh no, it's going to be another one of those concerts. And I talk to them about how I was changed so much. And the fact that I've been offered the chance to change the life of a child, it would be wrong of me not to offer them the chance to get involved in a ministry that really, really works. I've been around the world enough to know that I can compare New Missions and what they do to just about everything out there. And this is a wonderful organization that is really, the work is getting done. And it's going and it's benefiting the child. And it's working and it's happening and it's not a pipe dream. It's not, oh, this might happen. Wouldn't it be good? Oh, it didn't work this week. Wow. But this is actually happening and it's working. And I invite them to be part of that. I show the video, and then at the end of the video, I say, now I want you to, at the intermission or at the end, however you're doing it in your event, I want you to go back and pick up a child packet. And I hold that child packet in my hand. I hold it up like this and I say, would you go back and pick up one child? Now, there's a lot to choose from. You'll be able to pick from a boy and a girl. A lot of people choose to sponsor a child based on the fact that they might have a boy or a girl, or a grandchild who's a boy or a girl. They might choose to sponsor because of a particular birthday or a particular name. Dozen reasons why people choose the child that they choose. But would they pick up a child and simply look at that child's face and say, God, what would you have me to do? Sometimes I say to them, I say, I don't ask people what Jesus would do because we know what he would do. He gave his life, okay? The question really isn't what will Jesus do. The question is, what will we do? So I encourage my folks that are at my events to simply say, God, is this for me? And here's what else I do. I encourage the folks to sponsor a child for 1 year. The reason I do this, sometimes people fear taking on a long-term commitment. So I'm asking them to sponsor a child for 1 year, and then I say, but hopefully at the end of that year, you're going to be so excited about saving the life of a child that you're going to want to continue sponsoring that child from that point on. So encourage them to go back and pick up a child. Listen, if they can pick up a child, the amount of children will go up, because it's hard to look into the eyes of a kid who's hungry and hurting. Make sure you explain to the folks that the pictures that you have are the only pictures of that child. This is it right here. I tell them in that child packet, there is an envelope. And maybe they came tonight and they do not have any money with them. No checkbook, no credit card. They came, they're lucky to have clothes on. That's okay. All we need for them to do is to fill out the envelope. No money is needed. Now, if they want to do their first check tonight, it can go right in the envelope there. If they want to use an electronic funds transfer for that year, they can put all the information there. If they want to use a credit card, it's available to them. But they don't need a dime tonight. All we need is their commitment to say this child is going to be theirs. All right? They fill out the envelope. They're going to give that envelope back to you. I explain that right on the stage. You're going to give it back to me or one of the volunteers at the table. And then they are going to be able to keep that child. The packet will come with an envelope that they can write their child a letter. That packet will come with a picture that folds over. Ooh, how fancy is that? And they can put this child right up there in a prominent place in their home. And by that, I mean hopefully the kitchen table. So every time they sit down to dinner, they can remember to pray for their child and remember that even though they're eating, their gift is allowing this child to eat today too because of their gift. That's very important and a very important connection for their children to grow up in understanding missions and understanding giving. So then you also tell them, most of the packets, and I'm sure packets that you have will also include some type of gift from New Missions. This particular packet has one of the Laugh All Night concerts, and boy, I'm on it, so it can't be that great of a gift. But it is a gift nonetheless, and it will have some comedians on there, and it's a great way you say, now, this is a way that we're just saying thank you back. You've brought joy to a child's life. We want to bring joy to your life here. Please do not sell a child by saying, buy a child, get a DVD. I tend to hold this back. In fact, some nights I don't even tell them that they're getting a DVD in the packet until after the break and say, oh, by the way, I want you to know there's a DVD in there to say thank you. We don't want people to just do one for the other. I want them to sponsor a child because God laid it upon their heart. And I'll bet you if they'll pick up a child at the back, get them to hold one. If they pick one up, I'll bet you they will sponsor a child. You know, now let me say this too. Here I've just kind of showed you what I do. And, you know, we're friends. We travel, we speak. Put into your pitch the same effort and preparation that you would put into the writing of a bit, a skit, a sketch, a chunk, a joke, a song. Put it down. Prepare it. Preparation in this is as important as it is for your show, your talent, your gift. Put the preparation time into making sure that you're doing it right. And remember, this is more than a pitch. It's not a... This is a chance where in your program you are able to literally, you, through them, change a child's life. It's not about numbers. It's about going, you know, tonight I did something more than just me. Tonight I did something more than just, wow, now I can go home and buy a bigger boat or a bigger car or a bigger wife. I shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean. Change the life of a child. See it as a passion. And when you see it as a passion, it will change the way you present it. And we're going to see a lot of kids eat because of our work and ministry. Have a great day. See you on the plane. Bye.